This last preseason game just revealed a brand new area of this team that has incredible depth. And I'm talking about the Chicago Bears nickelback depth. And that nickelback depth is led by Kyler Gordon. And he just looked great on 2 consecutive drives. I mean, we're talking with sweat in Woodside's face. That's who is quarterbacking for the Bengals, not the starters. The quarterback threw a quick pass to receiver Kwame Lassiter the second, and within a moment, Gordon, he had the receiver wrapped up in the open field, a loss of 3 yards. And it was just the start of the first heavy hit on that swing pass after just a beautiful pump by Taylor. And 4 plays later, Coach Matt Eberflus, he called a nickel blitz. And it actually wasn't Coach Eberflus. I'm going to cover that, but Gordon sprinted just absolutely untouched towards the line of scrimmage, and he laid out Woodside for an 8-yard loss and the Bears' first sack of the day. I'm going to go to this story on chicagobears.com. You guys actually check out this breakdown. But what are we looking at this from this sack? The sack was from the top side in tandem with a nice bull rush by Billings up the middle, just a disruptive series. And this was also with Montez Sweat spending a ton of time in the backfield. And this is just a really awesome development, yet another area of depth on this Chicago Bears defense. And here straight from Gordon, it's an exciting feeling. And this is talking about the nickel blitz play call. Obviously, you want to stay calm, be a master of disguise. So that's what was going through my head. Surprise them. Don't give it away. And sure enough, the sack came. So the Bears, I mean, they consistently hit the pass rush with 4 guys. The key is to do that and make it feel like 5 or 6, right? Coach Flus loves his defense to play with a low blitz rate. And playing with a low blitz rate is so key to this defense. We want the 3 tech to be the engine of the defense. We want pass rush consistently from the right and left side. And then we have that steady presence of Billings. Also the option of linebackers going back in coverage are also coming at the quarterback. I mean, there are so many exotic ways that this defense can be deployed if you simply are able to have a low blitz rate. And it's just really just a lot of fun to see. And it looks like this appears what's coming to fruition. And all we can go by is what we're seeing. So good to have Spider-Man back. And man, he is going to be a problem. I'm going to close that down. And then to look forward, we're looking at, some injuries in camp, right? But now this team is starting to get healthy. It's starting to come together. And finally, we're getting an opportunity to start seeing what has been put together here. The next drive, another strong tackle in space for a gain of only 3 on first down. It's not just making a play. It's just watching him stick the tackle with 0 gain after contact. He just really looks ready to go. And Kyler Gordon is looking like a legit threat to be a key cog of this defense. And I think we're seeing him come into his own here. He really took over the beginning of this game, and he can be used a lot of different ways. Coverage, he can do that. They can blitz him, but it's the open field tackling that this guy's doing is the most impressive thing. Just 2 really good ones in the first quarter, just versatile, just quick, but it's this ability to wrap and tackle that we're seeing. Just a nice player. We are so blessed. You're kind of looking at the player last year, right? What happened? He broke his hand against Green Bay, out for about a month, but then he came back and he really settled in. He had a really nice year. In this line, the way they're collapsing offensive lines, another 3rd down play. Gordon was once again right in the thick of it, sticking a tackle through the middle of the line to hold them back. Once again, just solid tackling. And they made a play for the first down on the next play. But a few plays later, Blackwell, he hits the quarterback. Amen gets the pick, then just a beautiful wrap up in the open in the second quarter. And Eberflus, he decided to blitz again. Well, to get back to that, it wasn't Coach Eberflus. It was Coach Washington. He was handling most of the play calls for this game. Super brilliant, too. Other teams are getting 0 bead on the call tendencies on defense heading into the season, and that's a really smart play. And 9 plays into the Bengals following possession, cornerback Josh Blackwell, let's break that down just a little bit. This is the guy, this is why I'm talking about we have nickel depth, Because this is a guy that replaced Gordon as Cincinnati approached the red zone for the first time, right? He lined up on the left side of the defense, same spot, appeared to be matched up with Lassiter, same receiver. But when the ball was snapped Blackwell, he just took off toward the backfield and he went untouched, just like Gordon, just hit Woodside. He was thinking after the game, he told us, I better make the play. And he made contact with the quarterback right as we went to throw. That sent the ball up in the air for linebacker Amen O. I say O because that name is tough. To snatch and return 10 yards to the Chicago 26. And just a really nice thing. Like Kyler goes out. It's a preseason. Blackwell goes in and picks up right where he left off, and he's being used the same. So that's showing that the coaching staff sees the versatility of both players. So to hear it from Blackwell, we called the blitz. Kyler had the same exact blitz earlier in the game, and we disguised it well. I thought they'd slide the protection to me. They didn't. So I came free, and you got to just make the play when the opportunity presents itself. I looked up and saw Amen catch the ball. So it was awesome. And we're just looking at some things here. The crispness of the tackle, the crispness of the tackling on this defense already, the full buy-in on the hits principle, just so encouraging. And we're looking at consistent pressure on the quarterback from multiple layers in the defense. It feels like this is coming together. And granted, it wasn't against starters, but man, how can you not be encouraged here? We're looking at Randolph and Booker working together, collapsing the pocket in the second quarter, just young pieces flashing together. And then on top of it, you guys saw it if you watched the whole game, Terrell Smith delivers with a high point pick in the third. And with this nickelback group, that consistency at every single level of the depth chart, it manifests in the meeting rooms and on the practice field. And Greg Stroman is saying Blackwell knows, everyone knows, Greg Stroman knows, all the nickels we have are ready to know. From vet to rookie, there's no drop-off. And Gordon also said we hold a high standard in our room. We all get on each other and correct each other to be the best. So excellence is all we want. And you're looking at, we have Gordon, we have Blackwell, but the cornerbacks as a whole just showed off their playmaking ability. And Terrell Smith, he got the turnover, and it's just so nice because it wasn't just that turnover. In the opening drive of the second half, Smith got this second takeaway of the day, and it was the way that he intercepted it. It was he skied up, he high pointed the ball, just a really nice play on the ball. And it was at the Chicago 39. And this is to hear from Terrell. The receiver had a cut split, so I was really just thinking he was going to run out a quick or something fast, so I just played it slow at the top of the route and was able to jump it. And we're just kind of looking at this whole defense firing on all cylinders, no matter what the personnel was on the field. We've been talking a lot about ends. We've been talking a lot about, our coverage corners. We've been talking a lot about safeties. But this nickel corner spot that Kyler Gordon is manning now that he's fully healthy, it's so good to have Spider-Man back. And man, just so encouraging that yet another spot on this defense is showing depth, is showing turnover ability, is showing aggressiveness, and the way that Kyler Gordon just sticks tackles. Man, it is just so much fun to see. I just wanted to get on here and highlight this. You guys, that preseason game was so much fun. You guys are so much fun on the message boards. You guys continue. I will interact with you as I can. And bear down, friends. This is going to be fun. See ya.